tonight.
Thank you.
And Marissa, it's great to have Richie Marquez back from missing a few days of training due to concussion protocol.
Yes, it is. It's really important for him to be back in that defensive line. He's such a vocal leader. He really takes charge back there. Now, he was non-contact in training on Wednesday and Thursday, but he was full contact on Friday. You know, it's almost like a quarterback when he's practicing with a football team. He was wearing a different color jersey to make sure everybody knew, don't touch Richie, but now he's back in full force. It's very important to have him back there. His confidence is key. He's very confident facing these developing attackers like Adi and Fernando.
And he's really been on the same page with Andre Blake, the reigning goalkeeper of the year. And look for Harris Mandunian in particular to be the quarterback of this back line, to be that number 6 role to come in and split those center backs, Onyewu and Marquez out wide, and get Fabinho and Rosenberry up the flanks. Because when you get those two wing backs up, that can really lead to some big crosses and good things for the Union in the final third. Now, recently, MLS Commissioner Don Garber visited the Union staff and was really excited about what's going on with the club.
Spent this morning with Jim Curtin and his staff, who have a clear vision for the team. You know, we've all worked hard. We're all in this together. I mean, I'm the guy that's talking in front of the cameras all the time, but I just represent the thousands of people that have been trying to build this league for, 22 years. I had just such a wonderful day here, and I mentioned to the mayor that, I could remember meeting with Ed Rendell and Jay and talking about bringing MLS to Philadelphia and getting the governor's support that led to support from the city of Chester and the county. And to think that we're here now with the academy you have and seeing, 100 kids that I had lunch with today, I mean, that is just absolutely inspiring, that our league is influencing the lives of young people. And I told them just a couple of things, and one of them was just never forget it. You will always be a member of that academy. You might end up as an MVP in MLS. You might end up as a center forward for Real Madrid, but you'll always have gotten your start in MLS playing for the Union Academy. And that's not something that we had 10 years ago.
And Marissa, I was at City Hall for that press conference, and that really stood out about the academy to me as well, because Don Garber made those academy kids stand up and everybody applauded inside one of the rooms at Philadelphia City Hall, because that really is the future of Major League Soccer, starting at the grassroots, getting these kids into academy, and then flourishing, going to the USL level, now Division II status, and then hopefully donning a first-team jersey.
Well, that has been the key. I mean, there's so much young talent, especially in this area.
Welcome back to Talent Energy Stadium, where the Union and Timbers kick off at the top of the hour. Welcome inside the booth with Marissa Pilla. I'm Dave Leto. This is the lone meeting between the clubs. Last year, the Timbers won 2-1 at Providence Park. And one of the players, Marissa, I'm going to keep an eye out for is Fernando Adi. The Union cannot lose track of him. In particular, when the Union have possession in their offensive third, Adi will try to create space and get behind that Union back line.
Something that the Union also need to look at is that Portland scores at the beginning of the games and they score at the end of the games. They lead MLS in most goals scored in the first 15 minutes of play with 5, and the last 15 minutes of play with 4. So this needs to be a true 90-minute performance that we see out of the Union in order to make sure that they bookend this Portland team that can pretty much dominate a game at any time.
And let's take a look at some key MLS games this weekend. 2 have gone final. Both DC and New England have won. And at 7:30 tonight, Toronto FC hosts Atlanta United, who's unbeaten in its last 3 matches, outscoring opponents 10-1. And tomorrow at 4 p.m., New York Red Bulls visit Orlando, looking to avenge a 2-0 loss at first place Columbus.
Jake Gleason will be in net for the Portland Timbers, the longest tenured player for the Timbers. His ability to get the ball out of the back quickly has been crucial to Portland's developing their counterattack. He has good feet and makes really smart passes. Now, on the flip side, of course, is Andre Blake, the reigning goalkeeper of the year. Union fans are always enthralled with his athleticism and his ability to make big-time plays. He's really found his voice amongst this defense, and look for him tonight to assert himself during set pieces, and also watch for an increase in communication between he and the other defenders, especially about being on the same page in terms of building out of the back.
The Timbers' Darlington Nagbe hasn't scored this season, but look for the U.S. men's national team player to play a key role in the transition game. He's one of the most explosive guys, over 5 to 10 yards, according to their head coach, Caleb Porter. His balance, change of pace, and ability to turn on a dime is simply stunning, and he went 2 full 90-minute matchups in World Cup qualifying. The U.S. men's national team against Honduras and Panama. Trying to thwart Nagbe, the Union's homegrown player, Derek Jones has received positive praise from his coaches in his rookie season. He breaks up plays as a box-to-box midfielder and has been doing a lot of ball winning in recent games. Look for Jones to attempt to hinder Valeri and Chara moving forward in the final third. And a few other keys for me in this matchup is to get touches and ride the momentum of CJ Sapong. You're going to see Bedoya in this matchup moving a little bit further back, aiding Jones, who likely will be that box-to-box, as I just mentioned, moving up the field, trying to create chances with the Union players.
In terms of momentum, this is a big momentum game for the team. They get a big win tonight, a statement win against Portland. I think it'll fare well for them in the next coming games in April.
It's the lone regular season meeting between the clubs as the Union search for their first win of the 2017 campaign. I'll see you at halftime. Marissa will be on the sidelines with JP Telecamera and Tommy Smith coming up next. Welcome back to Talent Energy Stadium. At halftime, we're deadlocked between the Portland Timbers and the Philadelphia Union. And inside the booth with Marissa Pella, I'm Dave Leto. Now time to take a look at the first half highlights brought to you by TrueMark Financial, here for all of your banking needs.
Well, the Union had a great opportunity right here with Harris Medunjanin. And man, I wish this one went in. It would have been so pretty. But Jake Gleason just gets a piece of it and is able to push it out of bounds.
And Medunjanin with a beautiful corner and finds Marquez, and he gets his third career goal, his first of the season, splitting two defenders.
But then Portland answers back a couple minutes later. Darlington Nagbe is surrounded by Union defenders, but he just takes a couple little touches and is able to just get right past Marquez and past Blake to equalize 1-1.
Yeah, Nagbe starts it on the left flank, but he is definitely navigating inside of this matchup. First half stats brought to you by Talent Energy, the official energy supplier of the Philadelphia Union.
I think what's interesting the most is the possession. You know, you see 43 to 57, but at the 15th minute mark, the Union led possession 53-47. So, you know, quite a switch at that little bit halfway point. So the Union really need to make sure that they maintain possession, but they have gotten a good amount of shots off considering the possession they did have.
And I love the fact that the Union at home are getting numbers for it. Bedoya thought that he was going to play a little bit deeper, but in this matchup, Marissa, he's playing very high into the attack along with Derek Jones in the midfield, and they look to get Sapong going. He's trying to get 4 consecutive goals. JP Telecamera and Tommy Smith will take you through the rest of the way. Enjoy the second half, everyone.